portion of the citizenship test prep. This will be the first section. I will read the question and then the answer and do some explanation if I feel like there needs to be any for clarification. Here we go. What is the form of government of the United States? You need one of these. You can see republic, constitution-based, federal republic, representative democracy. Pick the one that's easiest for you to remember. Republic is usually what my students choose, but you can pick the one that works best for you. What is the supreme law of the land? This question has not changed. This was from the first original 100, and it is the U.S. Constitution. Name one thing that the U.S. Constitution does. It defines powers of government. Forms the government is the one that I believe was in the last set. Defines the parts and protects the rights of the people. You need one of those, and they're all basically the same, so you could pick the one that you wanted. The U.S. Constitution starts with the words "we the people." What does "we the people" mean? Well, it means the easiest one is self-government. The other words might be hard if you're not an English speaker. Popular sovereignty means that people have right to vote for their representatives. Consent of the governed means that as well. People should govern themselves. An example of social contract is kind of a hard one to explain, so I would definitely stay away from that one. Self-government, I believe, is going to be your easiest one to remember. How are changes made to the Constitution? This is very similar to the first 100 amendments or the amendment process. What does the Bill of Rights protect? This is a different phrasing. The original one was, what are the first 10 amendments? Now it wants to know what the Bill of Rights, which is what the first 10 amendments are, what it protects. Basic rights of Americans or people living in the United States. People have rights in America even if they are not citizens. There are basic rights that it doesn't matter if you're a citizen or not. This is how many amendments does the U.S. Constitution have? It's 27. Not a lot to talk about there. Why is the Declaration of Independence important? Okay. It says America is free from British control. It says all people are created equal. So I would pick one of those two probably. Inherent, it identifies inherent rights, means rights that you're guaranteed just because you're a human. And individual freedoms are specific to the country. We'll talk about those later on in the questions. What founding document said the American colonies were free from Britain? That was the Declaration of Independence. Name two important ideas from the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution. You would be able to have equality, liberty. There's that social contract again. Natural rights, limit to government, and self-government. The social contract means that even though we don't really sign it, it's just understood that this is how it's supposed to be, and we agree to follow those rules. Equality means everybody's equal. Liberty means people have rights. So you can pick any of those that you wanted. The words life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are in what founding document? That answer is the Declaration of Independence. What is the economic system of the United States? This is a question that's been on there before. It's capitalism or free market economy. Simply means that prices aren't set. Businesses can charge what they want. Capitalism, free market economy. The rule of law states that everyone must follow the law. It doesn't matter if you're a leader or a government or who you are. Everyone must follow the law. That's what the rule of law says. This is a new question. Many documents influence the U.S. Constitution. Name one. I think the easiest answer is the Declaration of Independence. You could use any of these, but the one that, if you're studying for the test, you're probably the most familiar with is the Declaration of Independence. And since it came before the Constitution, it influenced it. Influence means it had something to do with how it turned out. There are three branches of government. Why? Because they don't want one part to become too powerful. The easy way, I think the way to say that is separation of powers. It keeps them separate. They're supposed to be equal parts. You have legislative, you have executive, you have judicial. So those would be the three, and they just want to be equal in all the parts so no one gets too powerful. Alrighty, that's where we're going to stop on the first one. This is questions 1 through 15. Hopefully this helps. Get out there, study, and do your best.